Ooh, lights are flashing. There must be something going on here. That's all I can figure. This is going to be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, if you want to take a seat, this is a good opportunity to do that. I want to introduce myself. My name is B.J. Hickman. We're going to do about a 2.5-hour magic show first. I'm going to just try one more trick. I've been wandering around entertaining a few of the people in the audience, and I hope you guys have had fun. But this is one that I wanted to share with as many people as could possibly see it at the same time. This is an oldie but a goodie. What's in this bag? As soon as I take what's in this bag out of the bag, it never fails. Some member of the audience will shout out, "We've seen that before," because this has gone back. This goes back like 2,000 years. It's an oldie but a goodie. And as soon as I take it out of the bag, it never fails. Somebody always says it. "We've seen that before." Maybe I should have a drum roll for that. Oh, the drummer is gone. He's taking a break. But as soon as I take it out of the bag, one guy, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for having a front row seat also. You look, actually, this is the ancient Chinese linking ring trick. It's where solid rings of steel miraculously pass through one another. I use 4 rings, one ring representing each of the 4 decades that I have been performing my magic shows all throughout New England and occasionally in other parts of the country. Every 10 years I add a new ring. It was not very impressive during the first 10 years. I just had the one ring, and I would show it to people and put it away, and they'd never invite me back. But I digress. Let's count them. Audience participation, let's count them. Make sure there really are 4 solid rings of steel. Everybody repeat after me. Ring number 1. You guys are good. Ring number 2. Ring number 3. Ring number 4. 4 solid rings of steel, useless unless they're in the hands of a professional. So I'll put these away. We'll get rid. No, I need a professional audience member. I need somebody to come up here and help me out. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Kate as she makes her way up here. She's now heading for the ramp over here. Oh, we have stairs over on this side too. So why don't you stand right over here next to me? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. What I'd like you to do, Kate, is to take a ring. I'll take a ring, hold it out like that for everybody to see. That's good. Get in a little closer. That's good. And I want you to feel the ring, Kate, all the way around. Make sure there are no trap doors or secret passageways or anything unusual. It's a ring, right, Kate? It is. All right, hold it out like that. We're going to see if we can pass solid through solid so the rings will actually link together. It happens fast. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll start with these 2 over here. We're halfway there. Let's see if we can get mine and Kate's together, though. Yeah, hold it out like that. Turn my way just a bit. Oh, that's perfect. 1, hold tight. 2, 3. Solid through solid. While the applause is dying down for Kate for helping us out. It's my fault. I forget to pause for applause. But Kate, next step is I want you to put your fists out in front of you like that and slowly pull your arms apart. Oh, good. That's rehearsal for what we're going to do with the rings in our hands in a moment. So, Kate, you take 2 rings. I'll take 2 rings. Show everybody that they are linked together. Spin one ring on the other ring like that. Oh, just like in rehearsal. Spin the other ring on the other ring that way. Excellent. Take one in each hand. Bring your fists close together. In a moment, Kate, we are going to slowly pull the rings apart. When we get to this point where they're going to want to seem to stay together, you just blow. And they'll pass through one another as if by magic. Are you ready, Kate? Arms up and down. Slowly start to pull the rings apart and blow. And they pass through one another. So Kate and I can actually hold our arms out to the sides to show everybody that the rings have miraculously passed through one another. Hey, look. Kate's got hers back together again already. Give her a break. Actually, I'm right behind you. I got mine back together. Last move. This is the magic move. Kate, put your hand out in front of you like that and wave your hand back and forth over the rings. Oh, perfect. That gave it the magical pass. So, ladies and gentlemen, now all 4 rings have linked together. And a thunderous round of applause for Kate for doing a great job. Thank you, Kate, very much. I appreciate it. You want this microphone or that? Yeah. Let's hear it again for Kate.
does this, right? Good evening, everyone. That's perfect. So my name is Kate Lesko, and I am the Executive Director of Stay, Work, Play, New Hampshire. Thank you all for being here tonight. While we've been looking forward to this evening for quite some time, and all of its magic, we had no way of knowing what sort of energy would be in the room tonight. This is just phenomenal. So typically during these opening remarks, I would spend some time telling you about Stay, Work, Play, who we are, what we do. But I'm going to be a little bit unconventional. I'm going to take the risk in assuming that all of you already know all of the wonderful things that we do. And if you don't, my business cards are on the table at the back of the room, and I'd be glad to have coffee with you. Instead, I want to take this time to say thank you. Many of you know that I'm a bit of a thank you card addict. Can we, by a show of hands, how many people have received a thank you card from me or Stay, Work, Play at some point? The fact of the matter is, we wouldn't be where we are today without all of you. And I mean that. Everyone who nominated someone, bought a ticket, donated an auction item, sponsored the event, helped plan the evening. We have a miraculous event committee this year. Told a friend they were coming. And even beyond that, those on our board of directors, on our board of advisors, the young professionals groups, those who have ever retweeted us, read one of our blog posts, we owe much of our success to the partnerships, collaboration, and support of all of you. In this 5th year of the Rising Stars, the event has grown immensely, as many of you have commented tonight. Last year, we had 125 more people in the room than our goal. This year, we have another 110 more than that. In addition, last year we grew the fundraising aspect of this event by about 727%. This year, by a rough estimate, we're looking at about 102% increase over last year. To each of you that had a part in that, my sincere gratitude. So our mission tonight is to recognize a few of the people and organizations that make New Hampshire the amazing place that we all know and love. I'm truly delighted you're all here to celebrate with us tonight. For the 2nd year, we're thrilled to be partnered with NHPR, New Hampshire Public Radio, who shares this mission. I would like to be joined on the stage by Betsy Gardella, President and CEO of NHPR.
Hi, everyone. We love this event. We love being a partner on the Rising Stars Award, and we love Stay, Work, Play. We support everything about their mission and are very committed to moving this organization forward. Can I ask, I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to see, can I ask how many of you listen to New Hampshire Public Radio? Yay, that's great. I don't know how many of you listened this morning to Morning Edition, but there was an incredible story on NPR that was called Why You Should Start Taking Millennials Seriously. It was reported by a young NPR reporter, and this is what she says. She says, millennials aren't simply using social media. We invented it. Millennials were there first. These tools have transformed some of the most important stories in the news. We millennials have drive. We are optimistic. There are more than 80 million of us, and we are already living in a millennial world. Perhaps this is why NPR is now producing a series that they're calling The New Boom. If millennials and non-millennials alike are going to understand the future of this country, we need to understand your generation. We know from the research conducted by the Pew Center and by other researchers that you are one of the most informed generations ever. As the CEO of New Hampshire's public media company, it makes us proud that you listen, be it on the radio, online, to our iPhone app, our Android app. Our shows are podcasted. Our commitment is to produce and curate content that is relevant and provocative and creative and engaging and gives you a place to discover new ideas. It's content that you can access anywhere, anytime. So I hope that you've all listened to our midday show, Word of Mouth. The topics on this magazine format show range from technology to the arts and culture to innovation. We say that word of mouth is the sound of new ideas. Since its inception in 2008, it has been hosted by the fabulous Virginia Prescott, who I think some of you know, and many of you will recognize her voice. And it's my pleasure to introduce her as the MC for this evening's event.
Thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Kate. Thank you all for being here tonight in this beautiful room where we get a view of the city. I really, really enjoyed that. I think it was a great idea, whoever came up with it. Well, as Betsy said, the Stay, Work, Play target audience is a very important one to New Hampshire Public Radio, and we are really proud to partner with the organization again on such an important mission. So we've got a lot of people to talk to tonight, and we'll be talking to you. We're going to begin with Mr. Mayor Ted Gatsis of Manchester. Ted Gatsis?
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I can remember when the youngsters are in the room were Amazon, Google, Yahoo, and now it's Facebook, tweet, and blogging. So I'm not surprised to hear that this generation is called millennial. But again, it's a wonderful thing to have you in the city of Manchester. I know when I came to this first event 5 years ago, we didn't need this big a room. But as it grows and the young folks or the millennials are here to teach us something new, and talking to some of them in the audience tonight, you know, it won't be long before Facebook, blog, and tweet will be the senior members in the room. So I can tell you that I congratulate the winners before they're announced, but everybody that's in competition, congratulations. We have a proclamation for all of you. So again, thanks for being in the great city of Manchester, and thank you for all your hard work.
And thank you, Mayor Gatsis. Governor Hassan, by the way, will be speaking to us later on in the evening after the awards. And I have to tell you that those lights over there kind of look like people are lighting lighters. So it feels like a little bit of a rock and roll show tonight. Maybe we can do our best to keep that mood going. It is really wonderful to be here tonight among so many dazzling people and ascendant stars. We, of course, go many places to find inspiration. We go to church, we go to TED Talks, we go to Upworthy. But from the earliest humans to Copernicus, to Carl Sagan, people looked up into the enormous sky to find inspiration. And it moved them to believe in magic and to pursue scientific proofs and to dream bigger dreams. Compared to those people, we have magic now. We are magic. We carry it around in our pockets. We have the ability to find out and see what's going on in ancient lands in real time, distant places. We have the ability to divine weather. We have the opportunity to talk to people continents away. So what do we do with all that magic? Watch cat videos? Yes. Follow drunk history? Of course. Take pictures of our food? Heck yeah. Well, the people and companies being honored tonight may well spend hours whiling away watching cat videos, but given the dedication to starting nonprofits, to volunteering, to coaching, to raising money, to mentoring, I am guessing not. I've looked at all their bios and I find it dizzying to look at. Really inspiring and humbling, which is a polite word for saying seething with envy. They remind us of what is possible and what is essential to being agents of change. Not more hours in the day or getting less sleep, but either a congenital or maybe a cultivated compassion. The willingness to continually take action and make things happen, to make change, to make a better world, in sometimes remarkable and sometimes very subtle ways. So we're going to celebrate tonight, and we'll get to the awards very soon. But first, I want to thank our lead sponsor, the University of New Hampshire, for making this night possible, and our evening star sponsor, the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation, whose sponsorship helps provide the stipends for our individual award winners. The college student, the young professional, young entrepreneur, and civic leader will each receive a $500 stipend to use towards education-related expenses or personal pursuits. And to say a few words on the behalf of the Charitable Foundation, Kristen Oliveri is going to be joining us. Kristen?
Thank you, Virginia. Good evening, everyone. I want to start off by recognizing Kate and Betsy for a remarkable event. You've created something truly special. The Charitable Foundation is proud to sponsor an evening that recognizes all that is great about New Hampshire, our rising stars. Congratulations to all of the nominees and the recipients. When I told my boss, Dick Ober, that we were sponsoring Rising Stars for a second year in a row and mentioned that he would need to deliver remarks, he said he wanted to try something a little different. He said that he wanted one of the Foundation's Rising Stars to speak. And he looked at me, and he kept looking at me, and I turned around hoping that one of my younger colleagues was going to be standing behind me, but it was just the two of us in the room, so here I am tonight. But I am sharing this moment with my fellow Foundation Rising Stars, Andrea, Derek, Yulia, Jen, Danielle, Amy, Stacy, and Carrie. We have quite a few. And do not get comfortable because I will make one of you stand up here next year. But really, I'm so proud to be here. I could be a poster child for Stay Work Play. I was born and raised here. I'm a Kearsarge Cougar. I went to UNH in Durham. I met my husband, Kris, there, and we eloped on T Hall Lawn. We bought a house in Manchester. I went to grad school here at UNH Manchester. We had our daughter Stella here. And we're playing here, which, by the way, takes on a whole new meaning when it's a 2-year-old. And we're definitely staying here. We're proud to call New Hampshire our home. The Foundation is here tonight because we want to ensure that New Hampshire has a strong pipeline of rising stars for decades to come. How do we do that? Increase opportunities for our kids. Thanks to our many donors, more than 40% of Foundation funding supports New Hampshire's children and youth. In partnership with many of you in this room tonight, we're awarding scholarships to 1,700 students each year. We're investing in early childhood development. We're keeping kids off drugs and alcohol through a statewide prevention effort. And we're creating more affordable pathways to STEM careers. But there's more that can be done, and here's where you can help. Last year, Dick Ober added a verb to the name of this organization: stay, work, play, and give. Give generously of your time, your talent, and your money. Become a mentor, join a board, and give to nonprofits that support and advocate for children. Let's do our part to ensure that 10, 15, and 20 years from now, we have thousands of rising stars across this state. Every child deserves that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kristen, and also again to UNH and to the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation. Well, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Amanda Osmer, Director of Sales at Grapponi Automotive Group.
I hope I'm not the keynote tonight. I'm just introducing the keynote. That I'm totally qualified to do. It's very nice to see you. Wow, super bright lights out there. I love being at this event, and what I don't want to do is read notes off of a paper because it won't do any justice to our keynote, who has an unbelievable story. If you haven't had a chance to meet her, hear about her, or watch her TED Talk, which is on YouTube, I highly encourage you to do so. Very inspirational. I don't want to get anything wrong, so I'll reference a couple points here. But Victoria Arlen, in 2006, when she was 11 years old, had a 1 in a billion scenario and was stricken with 2 different medical conditions, which left her unable to speak, eat, walk, or move. And she was in a semi-comatose state, and doctors wrote her off as a lost cause. Since she's here with us tonight, having just celebrated her 20th birthday, obviously things have turned out very well for Victoria, and you know that her story ends happily. And so to share more of that, please join me in welcoming Victoria Arlen.
Bear with us. All right. Hello. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Good? How can you, not be doing anything but good, you know? It's great. So my name is Victoria Arlen, and that was a bit of my story in a nutshell. But I've been born and raised in New Hampshire. I grew up in Hampstead, New Hampshire, and moved to Exeter in 2010. So my health kind of took a crazy turn in 2006 at the age of 11, where I came down with transverse myelitis and acute disseminated encephalomyelitis. Quite the mouthful, I know. These 2 conditions left me paralyzed from the waist down and unable to speak, move, and basically do everything that we take for granted. So I was a vegetable. In my eyes, I was kind of like a soggy broccoli. You know, maybe a carrot. I don't know, I like broccoli, so I was going for the broccoli. So I was basically a vegetable in a semi-comatose state for almost 4 years, in which doctors were like, they really gave my family no hope. They told them that I would not make it, and if I did make it, I would most likely be a vegetable the rest of my life, and that they should pretty much put me away in a home and kind of just let me be. But being kind of always having that competitive edge, what they didn't realize was that I was fully aware the entire time. I was literally locked inside my own body. So I was determined to fight. It was whether or not the people around me were willing to fight. But being the family that we are, and being one of triplets, my family has never taken and gave up on a challenge. So my family helped me kind of get back to life. And in 2010, I was able to make my way back into the world in the form of blinking. And from there, that kind of helped me kind of get back into the world. And I would blink for yes, blink for no. And then from there, I started learning to talk. Clearly, I haven't stopped talking since. I learned to talk, I learned to eat, and I just basically learned how to live again. Although I had to now learn to live in a wheelchair. So you can imagine kind of the whole unknowns that came with it. What also came with it was swimming. I was a swimmer beforehand, and I discovered the pool kind of not by choice. My brothers decided that they would come into my room, unhook all the tubes and stuff, strap on a life jacket, and jump into the water with me. Traumatizing, yes. And this was in August of 2010, and 2 years later I found myself swimming at the London 2012 Paralympic Games, in which thank you, in which I brought home a gold and 3 silvers. Now, leading up to all of this, pre and post London, and also, with my health, the thing that was absolutely incredible was the support from New Hampshire. I had friends and teammates from all over the country. I had, these well-known Olympian and Paralympian friends all over the world, and they were blown away by the support that New Hampshire gave me. Not just my town, but the governors, senators, everyone was just so supportive leading up to London and then after London. I mean, there's a sign in my town. And, here I go into London, and, there's not really a lot of Olympians and Paralympians from New Hampshire. And so I'm getting interviewed, and like, so where are you from? And I'm like, New Hampshire. They're like, where's that? I'm like, it's pretty great, you should check it out. And so the cool thing for me was that I was able to, in a sense, not just compete for myself or my family, but I was able to compete kind of for my state, for New Hampshire. And that kind of gave me a platform to do some pretty cool things and meet some pretty cool people, but also bring light to this great state. You know, and I think all of us here can agree that New Hampshire's pretty great. You know, you have the 4 seasons, you can, you know, you're literally an hour and a half to skiing, and then you can go to the beach, and there's a little bit of everything. But it's kind of a hidden gem, or it has been. I think people are catching on now, clearly. People are catching on. But it is a place where there's so many possibilities, and there's so much support. And for me, I'm proud to say I'm from New Hampshire. You know, going into London where people didn't know where it was, I was proud to put New Hampshire on the map. And I think we're all here, we're proud to say that we're from New Hampshire, that we you know, stay and we work and we play in New Hampshire. And when I found out about this event, I was extremely honored to be the keynote, because it is true, you know, it's such a great place to work, and so many people branch out and try to leave, but it's like, well, why are you leaving? It's pretty great. And so for me, you know, even when I was sick, you know, I was treated up at the Children's Hospital at Dartmouth-Hitchcock, and they were the ones that actually tried to help me and you know, kind of gave us a chance. And then even training, you know, I train in Dover, and so everywhere I've gone, it's always kind of stuck to my New Hampshire. And I've had opportunities to train, you know, in Colorado. I've had opportunities to train all over the country, but I've always wanted to stay here. And I think we all, each and every one of us in this room are wanting to stay here. And I think it's also important for my generation, you know, especially talking about the millennials and all of that, is, you know, it is important to stay here, but it's also important to kind of spread the word, you know, tell your friends. It's pretty great. You know, I have plenty of friends that have wanted and considered, you know, coming here, and I think it's so important. And I think events like this, where we can honor these rising stars of New Hampshire, is so important, because, you know, clearly it's growing. Clearly it's catching on, and, you know, we are the voice of the future, and we are the voice of doing good. And I think, you know, people often, because we are a smaller state compared to other states, but, you know, you don't have to necessarily be, you know, this big state to make a big difference. You know, I mean, even me, I'm like 4 feet sitting down, and I have heels on. And yet I can go out and speak, and you guys are listening to me, so you can too. And together, you know, we can continue to make this a great state, but also spread the word to everyone. And I can't say enough how excited I am to be here, and for all the support that I've been given. You know, it makes me proud to be here, and it makes me proud to have the opportunity to speak, because, you know, it takes one spark to ignite a fire. And one thing that I've learned, you know, I've been told no a lot. I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to that. You know, I was told I would never go to London, and I made it to London. I was told I'd never get better, and here I am speaking to you. And what I'm here to say to a lot of people my age is, you're going to be told. You're going to be told no. You're going to have doors closed, but you have to just keep pushing forward. You have to keep moving forward, because one door may close, but while you're looking at that closed door, there's a whole hallway of open doors. And that's one thing I've learned over the years. And for all my challenges and things that have come my way, I've used my motto: face it, embrace it, defy it, and conquer it. And that's what I'm sharing with all of you tonight, is that when obstacles and setbacks and challenges come your way, I want you to be able to face it, embrace it, defy it, and conquer it. And go out there and be proud of where you come from. Be proud of where you stand and this great state, and go out and make a difference. And you know, I do hope that you stay in this state. You know, I think we all do. But at the same time, you know, be proud of where you come from, and just do your best at whatever you do. So I just can't say enough. Thank you for having me tonight, and congrats to everyone. And you know, we're all sparkling here. So thank you.
Well, a big yes to Victoria Arlen. Thank you so much. And also to our sponsor, keynote sponsor, Capone Automotive Group. Okay, so before we announce tonight's winners, we do have some important sponsors to thank for making this fabulous evening possible. The University of New Hampshire, the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation, Grapponi Automotive, Public Service of New Hampshire, Eastern Bank, Southern New Hampshire University, Dine, the New Hampshire Division of Economic Development, Fidelity Investments, Bellwether Community Credit Union, New Hampshire Public Television, Auto Fair, Marble Law Firm, Hire Alliance, Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, Brady Sullivan Properties, Kris Malloy Events, and O Steaks and Seafood, and the many other organizations displayed on the screen and in your program, without whom tonight would not be possible. Please join me in thanking all those folks and making it happen. And now, on to the awards. As of this year, the Rising Star Awards consist of 6 award categories. We added a new award this year for Young Entrepreneur of the Year. So adding even more luster to the previous categories, which include Young Professional of the Year, Coolest Companies for Young Professionals, Civic Leader of the Year, Leadership Development Program of the Year, and College Student of the Year. All of this year's finalists will be receiving commendations from Governor Hassan, proclamations from Mayor Gatsis, and a congratulatory letter from Stay Work Play, as well as our 2 state senators and congresswomen. Thank you to all of them for putting that together. Part of what makes these awards possible is the willingness of judges to spend hours evaluating each application. The judges' names are listed in your program, but if you were a judge this year, can you get a little wave? Thank you to our judges. And now to the awards. Now the finalists, their list of doings is so impressive. I'm going to ask you to hold your applause until the end and we actually give the award. And to help present this year's College Student of the Year Award, I would like to invite Jessica Eshelman, Chair of the Concord Young Professionals Network, to the stage. Jessica? Hello. Yes. I will actually announce nominees. The College Student of the Year Award recognizes an outstanding college student living and going to school in New Hampshire between the ages of 18 and 24, who is an academic rising star and giving back to the community. And the finalists for this year are Michaela Dwyer, a communications major at SNU, is the creator of the Girls' Night Out pre-prom event for local high school girls in need. Also an intern at Families in Transition and service projects coordinator at SNU, all while maintaining a 3.75 GPA. Alicia Fraser is a psychology and child development leadership major, also at SNU. She's a commuter student, committed to being involved on campus. One of her references said of her, humble, hardworking, and dedicated. Alicia exemplifies what it means to be successful in college. Ian Gagnon is a senior engineering major at the University of New Hampshire and is a member of Engineers Without Borders. He's also a tutor on campus and also a student representative on 2 advisory boards, co-founder of a business, and in his free time competes with the ski racing club. Ryan Hart is a physical education major at Keene State College, has a 3.969 GPA, does missionary work in Jamaica every winter, coaches youth sports in his community, and still finds dedicated family time as the second oldest of 9 children. As one of his references said, Ryan's commitment to humanity is a model for all of us. And now, Jessica, we could have our drum roll now, please.
Please join me in congratulating Ian Gagnon.
Oh man, I don't know. This is it's a huge honor. Honestly, I spent a little time, but not probably enough time preparing what to say, so I'll try and keep it short so I don't embarrass myself. Basically, I just want to thank the people who've gotten me here and helped to turn me into the person that I am now. My teachers, professors, ski coaches, scout leaders, many others who've helped me along the way, and my family, who's probably done the most of that. So, yeah, so New Hampshire's a great place to live. It's a great place to ski and a great place to go hiking, and it's got some great schools too. So, just want to say thanks again. It's a huge honor.
Well, congratulations to Ian. In addition to excelling at his studies, interning in UNH's Center for Ocean Renewable Energy, and earning a 3.88 GPA, Ian has received the university-wide Presidential Scholarship and 2 engineering awards presented to the UNH Board of Trustees on his work with Engineers Without Borders, and received his Eagle Scout badge in 2008. As one of his references said, Ian is a great mixture of intellectual depth, scientific curiosity, and demonstrates a sincere desire to help others. Again, for Ian. Next, we're going to recognize the recipient of the Leadership Development Program of the Year Award, and to help present, I'd like to invite Lauren Kane, co-chair of Catapult, that's the Seacoast Young Professionals Network, to the stage. The Leadership Development Program of the Year Award honors an individual, an organization, an initiative, or a program that supports the recruitment and retention of young people. The finalists for this year's Leadership Development Program are the BAE Systems Leadership Development Program, which cultivates leadership among recent college graduates. New employees are assigned seasoned mentors for 3 years and assimilation mentors to help them settle in at the company. The program recognizes philanthropy and community involvement as essential parts of leadership development. The Hoffman-Haas Fellowship is an initiative of the New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits to develop engaged, inspired, and strategic new board leaders for New Hampshire's nonprofits. The 6-month program incorporates experts in governance and in fundraising, mentoring, and trends and issues facing nonprofits. At the conclusion, fellows are provided an opportunity to serve on the board of a New Hampshire nonprofit. Leadership College is a program of Leadership New Hampshire for college students around the state to build relationships with other student leaders, further develop their leadership skills, be introduced to New Hampshire's cultural, economic, and social advantages and accompanying issues, and to establish mentor relationships with leading members of the business, political, and cultural committees. Lauren?
Please join me in congratulating Leadership College. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to say something?
Yes, thank you. I want to take this moment to thank Stay Work Play for this opportunity to highlight the new program that we've rolled out 3 years ago, which is an excellent opportunity for our college leaders across the state to get to know one another, as well as the opportunities available to them here in the Granite State. And we've found some success to date, and we look forward to building upon that. I would also like to take this moment to thank Fidelity Investments for their continued support of our program, and we look forward to expanding on this in the years to come. Thank you all.
Yes, congratulations to Leadership New Hampshire. As one of the participating colleges said, In a short time, Leadership College has proven to be a thoughtful and innovative program, an effective educational leadership strategy, and advantageous to the state of New Hampshire in helping to retain some of the strongest student leaders in the state. So again, congratulations, Leadership New Hampshire. Beth Mullen is going to join me now to help present this year's Civic Leader of the Year Award, and Beth is co-chair of the Keen Young Professionals Network. The Civic Leader of the Year Award recognizes an individual who, through their volunteerism, philanthropy, and/or community involvement, demonstrates a commitment to civic participation, strengthening their community and developing personal leadership capacity to make New Hampshire a better place for future generations. And the finalists for this year's award are Luke Bonner, Concord, New Hampshire native, former professional basketball player, current marketing coordinator, and founder of the nonprofit The Rock On Foundation, which has raised over $100,000 to support the City of Concord's upgrade of White Park Basketball Court, 3S Art Space, that's in Portsmouth, the Manchester Community Music School, Kimball Jenkins School of Arts, and in 2015, the foundation will provide art and athletic grants for New Hampshire residents who are going to college. Brian Bouchard is an accountancy and taxation instructor at SNU. His class projects include guiding students to work with local nonprofits. He's a member of the advisory board of the Bhutanese community of New Hampshire. He volunteers at the Women's Center for Business Advancement and is treasurer for Mill Falls Charter School. Brian's passion for giving back to the community clearly runs deep. Laura Brusso is a 9th grade social studies teacher at Interlakes High School in Meredith. In addition to co-founding the Faith, Hope, and Love Foundation, Laura is an avid volunteer. One reference said, "Laura is an amazing role model who teaches her students to believe in their abilities and to make a difference through civic engagement." Serena Galashaw is the managing director for Seacoast Local, which engages businesses and community members to build more local, green, and fair economies. That's in the Seacoast area. Serena is also involved in community projects such as the Makers and Shakers Summit. As one of her references put it, Serena strives to make communities better and believes she can make a difference, and she makes me believe it too. Beth?
And the winner is Laura Brousseau.
Laura Brousseau, come on down.
Thank you very much. I didn't prepare anything because I was just honored to be nominated tonight. But I'd like to thank my friends, my family, my amazing Faith, Hope, and Love board that showed up tonight. And my favorite quote is by Margaret Mead: "Never underestimate that a small group of individuals can change the world, because it's the only thing that ever has." So I just want to thank you to everyone that's nominated tonight for making a difference in our world and making New Hampshire a great place to stay, work, and play. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Laura. Laura's nominated writes of her lifelong love of giving back to the community that started when she was a young girl, and it continues today. Church suppers, Girl Scouts, AmeriCorps, alternate spring break, work with Habitat for Humanity, fundraising events, committees, boards, and so much more. The judges were impressed with Laura's clear dedication and especially her desire to pass the value of service onto her students. Again, congratulations, Laura. Okay, so next is the Coolest Companies Award. 6 companies are finalists, and we have 3 winners. To help present this year's Coolest Company Awards, we have an entire posse. Nick Delatour is chair of the London Dairy Young Professionals Network. Jamie Souza, chair of Fusion, the Lakes Region Young Professionals Network. And Justin Lawati. All of them, come on up to the stage. That's a little bit of lukewarm applause for these fantastic. Thank you. Now, the awards for the coolest companies are designed to recognize businesses that create outstanding workplaces with innovative programs and benefits to attract, recruit, and retain young workers. The finalists for this year's awards are Calypso Communications, based in Portsmouth, a strategic marketing, public relations, and creative agency. 61% of its workforce is under 40. They offer a college internship program and work closely with their local high schools, and their benefits include paid maternity and paternity leave, birthdays off, summer Fridays for Memorial Day through Labor Day, allowing employees to clock out at noon, and an open concept workplace with standing desks, comfy couches, and more. Lachlan Works is based in Exeter. It's a marketing agency focused on the technology sector. One of Lachlan Works' employees said, "It offers many of the perks and quirks that together add up to a satisfying and fun workplace, some of which include a monthly WOW Award for recognizing employee thoughtfulness, pets in the office, an annual company weekend ski trip, Lachlan Works University, where staff teach lunchtime training classes. Lunch is provided by the company, and teachers get a $100 gift card. Red River Computer Company, based in Claremont, provides information technology solutions and offers bags and bags of M&Ms on each of its floors. A 2-year all-expense-paid lease on a BMW to the winner of a company-wide series of events. Company picnics and boat cruises. 2 paid days off to volunteer, tuition reimbursement, and Red River also has an active internship program and promotes STEM education and interest among local students. They've given away over $75,000 in scholarships and laptop computers to students pursuing education in technology-related fields. Single Digits, located in Bedford, is a provider of high-speed internet access management and support. They almost doubled in 2013, adding 47 new employees. Perks include a running club and yoga Fridays, paid military leave, donut Wednesdays and popcorn Fridays, tuition reimbursement of up to $4,500 a year, foosball table, and ping pong tournaments. WS Badger is based in Gilsum and manufactures certified organic and all-natural personal care products, and the perks include free organic lunch every day for all employees with 30 minutes of paid time, yoga classes, foosball, basketball, vegetable gardens, paid maternity and paternity leave. They also have a unique Babies at Work program, which allows new parents to bring their babies to work until 6 months of age. Zifter, based in Milford, is a personal shopping companion. It's hired 100% of their interns and makes recruiting locals a priority. Their benefits and culture include an anti-cubicle workspace, a company-wide twice-yearly mystery ride outing, company stock options for all employees and interns, 100% tuition reimbursement after 1 year of employment, a fully equipped gym, and a fully stocked kitchen with food and drinks. Okay, so Nick is going to pull the name of winner number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Calypso Communications.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Stay Work Play. Calypso is positively an amazing place to work as a young professional, and on behalf of our team of young professionals, we would like to thank our leadership. They make it a great place to go every day to learn and collaborate and grow. So thank you so much.
Okay, Jamie, ready?
Please join me in congratulating W.S. Badger.
Unfortunately, nobody from W.S. Badger could be here this evening, so we congratulate them in absentia.
Please join me in congratulating Lachlan Works.
Thank you to the Rising Star Committee. Kristen and I are here to thank our staff for helping us get here. We have over, what percentage of staff from New Hampshire?
I would say 90.
90% of our staff from New Hampshire, and we hope to keep it that way. We're counting on this award to help us advertise and grow our staff. So thank you very much to all of you, and congratulations on the other nominees. Much appreciated.
Okay. To help present this year's new Young Entrepreneur Award of the Year, I'd like to invite Kris Wellington. He's a member of the Manchester Young Professionals Network Board of Directors. Kris? The new Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award honors a visionary New Hampshire resident whose innovative ideas are helping to shape the future of our state through an entrepreneurial venture. The finalists for this year's awards are Michael Carlton. He's from Northwood and owner of Calling All Cargo. That's a moving and storage company based in Dover. In addition to starting his own now 20-person company in 2007, Michael is also very involved in the Seacoast community. As one of his references stated, Michael is completely customer-focused and community-minded. He goes above and beyond and takes the extra effort to support local businesses. Allison Grapponi is a Concord native and the founder and CEO of Nearby Registry. It's a gift registry and online marketplace supporting independent retailers, service providers, and nonprofits. In 2011, Allison won the New Hampshire Startup Challenge Business Plan Competition, which helped her to jumpstart her business. Allison is also well known as an advocate for localism. Bobby Turan is from Manchester and is CEO and founder of ApplyKit. That's a free online platform that helps students and parents navigate the college admissions process. In January, ApplyKit was invited to present at the White House as part of an elite crew of 25 startups from around the country. According to his nominator, Bobby is not a first-time entrepreneur and demonstrates that with his thoughtful approach to daily challenges of a startup. In addition, he is and will continue to be a strong evangelist for the New Hampshire business environment. Kris?
Drum roll, please. There we go. Please join me in congratulating Michael Carlton.
Well, thanks everyone for being here today. What a great event. The macaroni and cheese, unbelievable. I did prepare a little speech. First, I'd like to thank the Dover Chamber of Commerce who nominated us for this. They've been a huge part of us growing. Also, the Young Professional Networks Group, Catapult, for being a huge supporter of the emerging businesses in the community on the Seacoast. I'd finally like to thank everyone at Calling All Cargo. Really, the only reason I'm even standing here right now is because of the people who do everything that they do at Calling All Cargo. We are a moving and storage company. We strive to be the best in the industry. Our teams are built on veterans, military members, students from all the local colleges. We have UNH graduates. We have people that graduated from Plymouth State and Keene. We take a lot of pride in our work every day, and it's part of our culture to give back to the local community. I'll leave you with a quote from Winston Churchill. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Thanks.
When Mike started Calling All Cargo, he wanted to ensure his company with the mission to change lives one move at a time. He thought he wanted that to have an impact on the industry and the community, so he created 3 rules. Calling All Cargo is a non-smoking company. They have a spirit of athleticism, and they give back to the community through volunteer activities. As his nominator said, Mike's good karma, compassion, and commitment to excellence are the foundation of his business and his life. Congratulations to you, Mike. Okay, it's our last award of the evening. This is the Young Professional of the Year Award, and Michael Aquino is going to join us on the stage. The Young Professional of the Year Award recognizes an outstanding person working and living in New Hampshire between the ages of 18 and 45 who is a rising star in their industry and giving back to the community. The finalists for this year's award are Nicole Barrera, known to many as Chef Nicole. She's the face of T-Bones and Cactus Jacks and a Manchester resident. Nicole has won several cooking awards and was also the driving force behind great New Hampshire restaurants in the pink, healthy meals on restaurant menus. One of her references said, Nicole is someone that young professionals can look up to and learn from. She doesn't sit idly by waiting for things to happen. She makes them happen. Corey McDonald is from Portsmouth and an attorney at McDonald & Black Law Firm. Also the youngest ever Deputy Chief of Police in Portsmouth. In addition to his professional roles and being a father of 2 young daughters, Corey serves on a number of local boards and committees and was named one of Catapult's 10 to Watch in its inaugural competition this year. Josh McAllister lives in Center Conway and works as the Vice President and Senior Civil Engineer for HEB Engineers. He's a native of Hart's Location, the self-proclaimed smallest town in New Hampshire, and a huge advocate of the Mount Washington Valley and northern New Hampshire. His nominator said, Josh is an excellent example of what New Hampshire needs most: bright, energetic professional people who return to their childhood communities to live and work, and who are committed to building the future of New Hampshire in positive and productive ways. Michael?
Please join me in congratulating Corey McDonald.
Thank you. I want to thank Lauren Kane, Catapult Seacoast, the men and women of my police department, Portsmouth Police. Happens to be the best police department in the state of New Hampshire, as I'm sure everybody knows. The attorneys I work with at our firm, McDonald & Black. I'm probably forgetting all sorts of things, but this is an honor, and thanks a lot for it. I challenge everybody here, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, but to follow your passion, get out, volunteer, get involved in a board, and the best part of New Hampshire is its people.
Congratulations to Corey, and despite his work as an attorney and with the Portsmouth Police Department, he also serves as a committee member for Leadership Seacoast, as a board member for the Friends of New Hampshire Drug Court, as a trustee for both the Child Advocacy Center of Rockingham County and the Fuller Foundation. So he was not kidding. He walks the walk. As his reference said, I think he was born to do what he does, and we are grateful that he is doing it. Again, congratulations to Corey McDonald. So again, I want to congratulate all of the winners. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And before I turn things back over to Kate, we have a very special guest who would like to congratulate all of tonight's winners. Please welcome to the stage New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan.
Thank you all so much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Virginia, for the introduction. Thank you to Stay Work Play for organizing tonight's awards, and for all of you for turning out. Every year that I come to this, it gets bigger and better, and it's just great. I want to thank Kate Lusko and Stay Work Play, Dick Ober and the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation for their work in supporting Stay Work Play. I know you all heard from Victoria Arlen earlier today, and hey, Victoria, how are you? She is amazing, isn't she? And I'm very proud to have such an accomplished and determined and distinguished friend from my hometown. And so thank you so much for being here, Victoria. I believe Mayor Gatsis was here tonight. And I hope very much, if he's still here, I will say hello at the end of it, but I thank him for everything he's doing to make Manchester a great city for our young people. I know, and I'm sure there are a lot of elected officials here tonight. I just want to thank each and every one of you for your service. Being an elected official at whatever level of government you decide to do it in is an intense labor of citizenship and commitment, and love for the Granite State and for your communities, and I am very, very grateful for everything you do. So thank you to all the elected officials who are here tonight. Our Commissioner of Resources and Economic Development, Jeff Rose, is also here tonight, and I know how hard he is working on a variety of economic development efforts, including those that include companies like the ones we're honoring tonight, and people like the people we are honoring tonight, to make New Hampshire's economy stronger and more innovative. So thank you, Commissioner Rose, for being here. And I would be remiss if I didn't also note that New Hampshire's Director of Entrepreneurship, Liz Gray, is also here tonight. And Liz is, I think I saw her in the quadrant back over here. Liz's position is a jointly funded position from the Business Finance Authority and the Governor's Office, because we have a Live Free and Start initiative going to make sure that we're modernizing state regulations and technology in a way that will help attract more innovation and more startups to the Granite State. So thank you, Liz, for the work you do. That's a long list of thank yous to lead up to what I really should be doing, which is letting you all know how appreciative I am, not only of everybody here in the room, but in particular of all tonight's nominees and winners. What a talented group of young professionals, students, innovative businesses. As I understand it, you represent so many different fields, which speaks, of course, to the diversity we have in our economy. You are represented from technology, education, hospitality industries, public service, and others as well. And that speaks to who we are as a state. We are diverse, we are growing, and there is talent and expertise and innovation in each and every one of our sectors. I also know that you all give back to your communities, nowhere is that more evident than in the list of nominees and award winners who I just saw get their awards. I came here midway, but I know that all of you are really giving back to your communities in a way that not only strengthens your communities, but I think also speaks to the fact that when you give, you tend to receive as well, and I know it strengthens our businesses too. For all of the individuals who are award winners tonight, I am so impressed by your accomplishments at this early stage in your life. And for the businesses here, I'm so grateful for the work you do to retain and attract young talent like the young talent we are honoring here tonight. We know it is critical to keep young people in New Hampshire and to attract young people from outside of New Hampshire here. We know that young people are critical to the economic future of our state. So as we are trying to make sure that we're implementing our innovation strategy to build a 21st century economy here in the Granite State, we're focusing on workforce development, in particular on making sure that all of our higher education is more affordable. We are working to make sure that we're investing in economic development efforts like doubling the research and development tax credit, providing technical assistance for international trade, making sure that we're reinvesting in our tourism economy. And we know that we need to keep working on community and civic development too, because what attracts a high quality workforce to our state is high quality communities, a high quality of life. And we know that one of our strongest points is the degree to which our people are engaged in our democracy. So we'll all keep working on those things together, and so many of you who are nominated or award winners tonight are really great examples of that level of engagement. I am so proud to be here with Stay Work Play because the work you're doing is critical to all of these efforts as we build a stronger and more innovative economy. You're promoting New Hampshire, you're attracting, retaining, and connecting young people in our state, and you're fostering personal and professional development. And of course, as you do that, everybody gets stronger. We have worked really hard in the last 22 months to support your efforts. Our bipartisan budget included almost a complete restoration of funds for our university and community college systems, and I'm proud to say that the university system the university system froze tuition this year, first time in 25 years. Yeah, I clap for that too. But our students at the community college system actually saw a 5% reduction in tuition this time round. So that's a good start. We also know we have to align our higher education system with business needs. A great example of that is what we've done over on the Seacoast in Rochester, where Great Bay Community College actually has a satellite campus right near Albany Safran International, which is developing groundbreaking aerospace component parts, and will eventually need to hire up about 400 specially trained folks. So that's the kind of alignment we'll continue to work on. And we're working on making sure that we're educating kids in our K through 12 system appropriately, really focusing particularly on STEM education. And I have a STEM education workforce working right now to come up with recommendations about how we can do it the New Hampshire way so that all of our young people will have great opportunities moving forward. We're continuing to work to support young entrepreneurs who are turning ideas into job-creating businesses like so many of you here tonight. So in addition to the R&D tax credit, we modernized our Corporation Act. We've got our Business One-Stop website continuing to develop so that businesses can just go to one place on the state web and learn all the different agencies they may need to interact with, what they need to do to start up a business. We're trying to simplify that. I already mentioned Live Free and Start, which we're really excited about and is making some really good progress. There is more work to do. We need to reduce energy costs, and I'll continue to work with all of you, with our businesses, with our energy producers, with the folks who have helped us develop our state energy plan. If you haven't looked at the state energy plan, which just got produced a couple of weeks ago, take a look at it. It's up there, and we will have more public process as we flesh out some of the recommendations for it. And I'm also proud that I'm working with the other New England governors to make sure that we're doing this regionally and as effectively as we can to increase and diversify our energy sources and bring those costs down. We'll continue to work on workforce development and strengthening. We want to continue to encourage private investment in the Granite State. We want to help young people understand the opportunities that are here, right here in New Hampshire. That's, of course, where all of you come in, where Stay Work Play comes in. I asked a young woman in Keene sometime in the last year, there was an event somewhat like this for the Keene community, and I asked her what brought her to New Hampshire, because she wasn't a New Hampshire native, and she said, well, I came here and I took a job, and then I decided to start my own business. She said, because this state just kind of grabs you. And I always love that, because if all of you can just go grab at least one other person, it will help a lot. This state does grab people because of who we are as Granite Staters, and because of the opportunities here, and because of the engagement that we all share with each other. So to tonight's honorees again, you represent the great opportunities that exist here for young people in the Granite State. I know that your success will inspire other young people and other young professionals to come here and stay here and thrive here. A major reason why New Hampshire is as well positioned as any state for great economic growth and a great innovation economy is all of you. And I talk about that whenever I'm talking to businesses who are thinking about locating here. I am so proud of your hard work and your success. I'm really excited to see what your future accomplishments will be, both professionally and in your civic life. You know, it is easy for people to talk about how great their state is, and it is particularly easy for me to talk about how great the Granite State is. But Corey said it really well a few minutes ago. We are strong because of our people, and because we understand how important it is to engage with each other on a daily basis. As your governor, I just try to follow the example of the people of New Hampshire, because we all come together every day to solve problems. People solve problems in their communities and their families and their businesses. You are some of the best problem solvers we have. We have some challenges ahead, but I know because of who we are as a state, because we know that everybody counts, because we know that if we have as much diversity at the decision-making table as possible, it helps us make better decisions and we all get stronger. And we know that as we honor that daily call to civic life and to ingenuity and innovation, that we get stronger and better, and that we will all thrive together. So thank you so much for what you all do, and thank you for having me tonight. Congratulations.
Governor Maggie Hassan, let's hear it. Thank you so much, Governor Hassan. Now, all of you know how mesmerizing it is to see that one star, that first star in the night. And if you look around you right now, there's a whole galaxy of it, which is a lot more dazzling and a lot more exciting. And it takes a lot of work to pull all of this together. So for her closing remarks, or before her closing remarks, could you please join me in a warm thank you for Kate Huston.
Thank you. So for the past 2 years, I've had the pleasure of facilitating all of the judges' meetings, which means I don't get to judge anymore. I do get to read through all of the nominations. And let me tell you, the judges have a really hard job. The common thread I see in all of the nominations each year is passion. Passion to give back to the community, to reimagine what we think of as workplaces and jobs, to follow a dream and start something new, to embrace and develop our youth. We are so lucky that all of these passionate people are dedicated to New Hampshire. Congratulations again to all of our finalists and winners. So before you go, please check on your silent auction winnings. All of the names have been posted. There's a gigantic whiteboard in the back of the room. Go check it out if you bid on something. We have a bunch of very lovely volunteers that will be happy to check you out. And we look forward to seeing all of you at our celebration in 2015.